So it's the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, and we have Oundle School on the left against Wycliffe College A. So a lot of questions are going to be asked now of Oundle. They're coming up against one of the favourites. It's a tough matchup, but actually that Oundle crew are so proud to be here. Pre-qualified, I think it's the first time ever with a spot to compete for a female trophy at Henley Royal Regatta. So they're making history all the time, and a really neat start from Oundle as the umpire there, Alison Fires, actually warns Wycliffe College, who veered a little bit away from the island, but powerful, very high rating in that Wycliffe crew, who want to try and stamp themselves on this very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely, and looking to kind of defend their results in this Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. Wycliffe really have been head and shoulders above the rest in this quad event. But Oundle, like you say, I think off the back of a brilliant qualification for the first time ever in a women's event for Oundle School. But, you know, kudos to their coach, Neville Aston, who's kind of changed things up about the programme. I know that they've been rowing and training on the Neen in Peterborough just to try and get a few more miles in, and that's resulted in this brilliant result here of rowing side by side with one of the best quads in the country here at Henley Royal Regatta.
So we have a lovely close-up there of that brilliant crew from Wycliffe. We have Cassie Anderson, Eleanor Lawrence Preston, Daisy O'Reilly and Lily Anderson, who have stormed out of the start, putting a lot of pressure on the Oundle School crew of Maisie Shields at bow, Beatrice Sullivan at 2, Grace Fletcher at 3, stroked by Abby Lawson. They have all raced here once before, and Abby Lawson, has some pedigree with her grandfather George Lawson, having raced for Great Britain with the RAF Rowing Club throughout the 1950s and winning the wide folds in 1958. So, I mean, how inspiring is that for Abby to be continuing that tradition? And I bet lots of our family are here watching too. Beautiful overhead shots here, meanwhile, of Wycliffe. What's going on that's helping them get that speed?
I absolutely love, if you look at their leg drive, their knee drive, just watch as their knees all go down together. They really have that press on the boat that we talk about, them, you know, getting the blade in and loading it. It's like a leg press, right? You want to make sure that you've got that load on the end of the blade, and you're just pressing it away. You can see them all doing that together rather than all at different times, and they're really lifting the boat by achieving that as a quartet really nicely.
One of the things I love about the camera angles here is it shows you it's a leg-driven sport. In sort of traditional pictures of rowing, you kind of just think it's arms pulling, but it's leg-driven, and that's so crucial. Strongest muscles in the body, and you know, getting them really harnessed is beautiful. But great shot overhead there of the Oundle crew. Again, you can hear the synchronicity there. I think they just got a little less power, a little less spring, but my goodness, I think they're doing a great job.
A brilliant line being steered here, firstly by Maisie Shields in the bow seat, but even more impressive, we've got a 15-year-old on board, Beatrice Sullivan, just 15 years of age, there in the seat in front of her in the 2 seats, so that's the person, one in front of the person closest to the finish line. Brilliant from her. She's got 2 more years still at Oundle, so I'm sure we'll be seeing her back at this regatta. A brilliant start from them.
Meanwhile, we zoom up to that Wycliffe crew, who are at the top of their game in an event that gets more and more competitive every year. Since it's joined Henley Royal Regatta, the standard has literally leapt up year on year, and Wycliffe have been leading the charge and knowing that year on year it's going up. So if they're not improving, if their programme isn't growing, then they won't be able to stay there. So it's that ambition that we see from these incredible 4 women coached by Gregory George Flower.
And they have a beautiful stretch of water on the Sharpness Canal in Gloucestershire, Wycliffe. They've got oodles and oodles, like over 20 kilometres to play with. As someone that rowed at Gloucester Rowing Club myself for a spell, I know it very well, and it gets rarely affected by, you know, the wind. There really isn't much that cools off rowing on the Sharpness Canal other than ice when it gets really cold. So they'll have had the beauty of training on one of the best stretches of water in the country. They are looking to, as I say, continue that legacy that the 2024 crew, which I assume Lily Anderson was on board for in the stroke seat, and defend their title. But yeah, we'll see what they can do.
And it's a part of the country, isn't it, where there's a lot that's being done to open up access for local children to have the opportunity to learn to row, into that area of Worcester, Avon, Gloucestershire and Somerset to grow the rowing community. So it's just brilliant to see that part of the rowing world really taking off. We can get a bit over-focused on the Thames Valley, and there's just so much brilliant stuff happening from, in every region now, and we see every region represented here as well.
Well, here, but both of these crews from outside of the Thames region. Oundle from over in on the east, in Cambridgeshire, I think. But yeah, brilliant stuff.
And here we see Wycliffe College A supremely crossing the line first. They've done a great job today in this heat of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, as we see a fantastic crew from Oundle who've really raced it all the way down, and I'm sure we'll see them again.